girl.
What smile is that?
Immediately, a pit formed in my stomach. The girl looked way younger than Josh, like she was probably a freshman in high school. My mind went wild.
Give me a moment. Hey, what's good, guys? Weezy here, and welcome back to WeezyFSN React to Random. Whoa, Random. We like the random videos, mainly body cam videos. Today we have 3 scary true Instagram horror stories animated by Horror Shorts Party. So we're gonna check those out because it's past spooky time. It's more of love time, right? Where you have your partner already, you already went to your Valentine's Day, now it's honeymoon phase. I'm not about that, right? I'm lonely. You think I'm about to? I'm not watching this. Look. Incident.
I used to work at a call center at that time. I had been there for years and eventually got promoted.
Have I ever put captions on? Is that just automatic? What?
It was a good job and everyone got along great. I like to think of everyone as my little work family, but there was one person from work that I didn't really like. His name was
Who the? Nah, who? Nah. Show me Luis.
Weirdly obsessed with me. What made it worse is that he didn't act that way to the other women in the office.
What is that? What is that, bro? That is horror film, bro. Like, that is scary crap.
It was only with me. He made me uncomfortable as hell. The problem was that I had added everyone from work on Instagram, and we would all chat and share different photos or posts outside of work. I had added Luis as well because I didn't want to exclude him, but I regretted adding him once he started messaging me all the time. After a few months of working with him, he started sending me weird, obsessive messages on Instagram where he would profess his love for me.
Yeah, that brother's starving.
It was incredibly odd and kind of creepy because I had never even flirted with him before. But that didn't stop him from sending me messages to ask me out practically every day. You're the most beautiful woman I've ever seen. I think I'm falling in love with you. I always rejected
What's that?
him when I wasn't interested. I really had no desire.
Good job, girl.
Damn.
Damn.
Plus, I was seeing someone else. Still, I tried to be as polite as I could because I knew that I would see Lewis at work. I didn't want to make things more awkward. But over time, the messages continued for quite a while, and I eventually just stopped responding to them, hoping he would take a hint. That somehow only made it worse, though. It got so bad that he started performing poorly at work. Eventually, the higher-ups fired him. I felt bad for him, and I also felt partially responsible for getting
Why?
fired. I ended up walking him to his car on his last day of work to try and give him a nice farewell. I wished him good luck with everything. And then he suddenly leaned in and kissed me on the cheek while whispering, "I'll see
Fuck's sake. That's disgusting. What is that? What am I looking at?
you later." I immediately backed off. He got in his car and drove away. The whole interaction really creeped me out, but I was glad that I wouldn't have to deal with him anymore. Luis started messaging me on Instagram, saying I was all he could think about and that he was unable to concentrate on anything else. I ghosted him for a while, and then eventually blocked him. Somehow I knew that blocking him just wasn't going to stop him, though, because not long after, the psycho just made a new account and started messaging me again despite the block. He'd send me creepy messages saying stuff like, "You can't keep running from this. I know."
Yo, make your account private. First of all, life is way scarier as a girl than as a dude. Right, I'm like 5'10", right, I'm 180, pretty built, right, working out, fixed cars, whatnot. Like, walking home alone is on his own. It's scary, right? Imagine being a 5'2" girl and everybody wants you. That must be 20 times scarier, bro. Same thing with this, bro. I feel bad.
What we have is real. It made my life hell. I didn't know what I could do to stop it. I started to get really scared and eventually got a restraining order against him. But that didn't even stop the new accounts. He just made more to message me again with more menacing messages.
Private your account, dumbass.
I made my relationship with the guy I was seeing official in my bio and posted a picture of us on my profile picture on Instagram. I hoped after that he would leave me alone. That made Lewis go mad, sending me several different messages expressing his rage. I didn't bother to respond. I just blocked all of his accounts again and tried to get on with my life.
As you should.
Later that night, I was home alone sleeping. I was sure I was never going to hear from that
No way he's
freak
gonna go
again.
to the house. No way.
It must have been around 12 a.m. at night when I heard glass shattering from inside my house. Then, I was suddenly shook frozen by my front door slamming open. I was confused and scared as hell. There was no one in the house but me. Then, I heard something moving around downstairs. I quickly grabbed my phone and called my boyfriend.
Babe, I think there's someone here.
The voice
You
changed.
need to get over here now.
He told me that he was coming and that I should call the cops. I started down.
He's still, that boyfriend looked like he wasn't about anything. What? Like he wasn't about to, he's not about to do nothing for you, bro. Oh my gosh. Yo, he's terrified, bro. He's not gonna do crap for you. He's gonna be there for emotional support, and that's it. Probably not even gonna help that much. He'll be more scared than you. Oh my gosh, bro. Get yourself someone like me. I read feminist books.
He told me that he was coming and that I should call the cops. I started dialing 911, but the next thing I knew, I saw my bedroom door getting hammered down Shining style. I knew that it had to be Luis. I kept screaming and begging for him to stop, but he just kept hammering away at the door. I watched horrified as he smashed hole after hole through it.
Jump out the window!
He was going to be in my room any second.
You just go watch it? Jump out the window! You're in your bedroom, hide, get a weapon, this is probably America, get your Glock 19, and oh my gosh. Or jump out the window. Get some to defend yourself. Don't go out like this. Please, ladies, get yourself a weapon. Please. Pepper spray some. Gosh.
Phone was ringing as I hoped and prayed that either the police or my boyfriend would get here before it was too late.
But the phone's still ringing? The police ain't getting there in time. You better hope your boyfriend got the Sonic sneakers on, or you're cooked.
What's your emergency?
That's fake. This has to be
I found
fake.
her on her bed. It didn't even look like her anymore. I couldn't recognize her. If I had just gotten there sooner, I might have been able to stop him. But it was too late. She was gone. I called the police once I was able to pull myself together. They searched the area, but they didn't find anything. I later found out that the guy had turned himself in that same night. He's since been locked up. I've been traumatized by the ordeal ever since. I can't even look at an Instagram post or message anymore. All it does is remind me of her, and remind me of how I should have stopped him before he ever got the chance to get her. This story was inspired by a horrific incident. A woman whose online post made her new relationship quote-unquote Instagram official was taken out hours later by her deranged stalker. Celeste Mano was taken out in her own bed by a 39-year-old man named Luis Seiko. It was November 16, 2020, and he became enraged upon seeing her hand-in-hand with her new boyfriend, Chris Ridsdale. Seiko then went to the victim's address, smashed his way into her bedroom with a hammer, and did what he did. After the encounter, Seiko then drove directly to a local police station to admit what he did. He pleaded guilty after trying to contest the charges for years. The court had heard Seiko had bombarded Miss Mano with endless messages professing his love for her in the year before the night of horror. Seiko had worked with the victim briefly at a call center where she was a team leader before he got fired. Seiko had already been charged for stalking and harassing Miss Mano, including kissing her on the cheek as she walked him to his car on his last day of work.
Oh my gosh,
Both
this
Miss
is
Mano and
true
her mother
story.
had pleaded with Seiko for him to leave her alone in the months and weeks before he struck. The court heard Seiko pestered her with creepy, menacing messages via Instagram through various accounts, concluded with a 3.5-page rant in which he demanded she withdraw her police complaints against him. Some of the messages saying stuff like, "I'm sorry, but I can't stop thinking about you. I have never felt like this about anybody in my entire life. It's bordering along OCD. I'm totally infatuated with you, captivated and fascinated by you. You're all I think about." The man has since been sentenced accordingly.
Wait, what? That's what I hate about. That's what I hate about some things about the jury system. It takes so long. I mean, yeah, it's a process. When was this made? When was this video? Also, this video is gonna oh my gosh, 2 months ago. Oh my gosh, still in court. Oh my gosh! Ain't no way. Ain't no way. Yo, when it switched and the lady died, I was thinking, oh my gosh, this is fake. And then they tell a whole news story about it. Oh my gosh. Good Lord. Lord have mercy. I rebuke. Instagram Live, okay.
I didn't really have any friends when I first started college. All the friends I had in high school moved to faraway cities to attend big-name universities. While I was going to the community college near my town, there wasn't many girls to date or hook up with, leading to a lot of guys hitting on me. However, there was this one guy that stood out from the rest, and not in a good way either. His name was Josh. He was this goth-looking guy with long hair and piercings. Josh was extremely forward, but it wasn't until the second semester when we started sharing a class together that he would start talking to me more. I would try to avoid him by all means by sitting as far away from him every time I had class with him. But despite that, the guy would always leech his way toward me when we were on break just to talk to me. It was quite pathetic as he started—
Hey dog, stop yapping and show us your meat or I'm gonna crash out.
Later that night, I was in bed watching YouTube videos on my laptop when I got a notification on my phone. It was Josh. From my home screen, I can see that he had sent me a photo on Instagram. I found it strange that he was already sending me pictures. I waited a bit to open it so I didn't seem interested. By the time I got around to it, he had also sent me a message saying, "This could have been us," which made me curious, but also weirded out. I opened the photo and saw Josh sitting on a couch, smiling wide with his arm around another girl. Immediately, a pit formed in my stomach. The girl looked way younger than Josh, like she was probably a freshman in high school. My mind went wild as I stared at the photo. She looked uncomfortable as hell. Eventually, I realized there wasn't anything I could do, so I decided not to get involved. I left him on—
Report it! Report it! What? What? What do you mean there's nothing you can do? What? Report that! He said this could be us. And you think it's a younger person. You think that because he's an adult, he's in college, and you think this person looks like a freshman in high school, which if someone looks, no one looks like a freshman in high school. You either look younger like you're in middle school, or you look like everyone in high school is old as hell. At least my high school, that might just be me. But bro, report that. You see some that's with little children, if someone's hurt, right? If someone that you don't even know, but like do you think that you should say something? Say something. This is a real message. We channel, we learn, right? And I promise you, first of all, I got this sword from Fan Expo, Canadian Comic Con. This is awesome. It's the awesome sword from Sword Art Online. It's sick. It's not real, obviously. YouTube is fake. But yeah, I just have to do a quick disclaimer. But what's it called? Yo, real talk though. If you see crap that you think is bad, say something. If it's to the cops, and be square.
on red and went back to my videos. It wasn't much more than 10 minutes later when he messaged me again.
Block him.
This time it was a video. Unfortunately, I couldn't hold back my curiosity, so I opened it. The whole thing was just 15 seconds of him making out with that girl.
What was that? Why do you have to draw? No, stop, no! Oh, skip, please.
Away. By the end of it, I wanted to throw up.
Stop, please. What was I watching just now? My eyes!
I wanted to block him, but I knew it would be awkward when I saw him in class, so I left him on red again, hoping he would leave me alone. For a while, it seemed like it worked. I didn't get a message on Instagram for nearly an hour, but then my heart sank as I realized I was getting a video call from Josh.
Don't answer
I
that.
let it ring until it stopped,
Don't answer
only
that.
for him to call me again
Girl?
right after.
Girl?
I sat there, staring at my phone,
type of
trying to think my way out of the
type of angle is
situation.
this?
Josh called me
type of
4 more
dumbass-
times before I realized he wasn't going to stop, so I finally answered. That's when I saw Josh's face in almost complete darkness, looking like he was about to faint. The light coming off his phone when I answered revealed blood splattered all over his face, sending chills down my spine. I was more creeped out than I have ever been in my entire life. Before I could say anything, Josh started pleading with me. I could hear tears and panic in his voice. He kept saying he needed me to come to his place to help him with something, but he wouldn't say what. He told me he was willing to pick me up and bring me over, but I just needed to help him. Something was horribly wrong, and I had to find out. Please come help me. I'm in serious trouble. I did something really bad.
What did you do?
No, I can't say it.
Josh, I'm not helping you with anything unless you tell me what's wrong.
Okay, I'll tell you. Just promise me you won't tell anyone.
Yes. What is it?
I need you to help me get rid of her. That's when Josh switched the camera around, revealing a flash of someone's feet and legs on the floor smeared with blood. My brain couldn't process what I was looking at. A moment later, Josh switched the camera back and begged me to help him move her. That's when everything clicked in my head. He wanted me to help him move the girl's body he was with. I knew Josh had done something to her. I hung up immediately and ran to my parents' room to tell them what was happening. I eventually convinced them to call the cops. All I know about what happened next was that Josh fled his trailer when the police arrived, but they were able to catch and arrest him. No information has ever been released about what happened between Josh and that girl, except that he took her out with a firearm. Ever since that night, I haven't seen Josh since. I can't even use Instagram anymore. I'm just reminded by that horrifying night. This story was inspired by a horrific incident regarding a Pennsylvania man who has been arrested after allegedly taking out a girl and using Instagram to ask for help with disposing the remains. Police in Bensalem say operators received a call from a woman who said her daughter was shown the victim's body by an old acquaintance, later identified as Joshua Cooper, via an Instagram chat. During the video call, Cooper can be seen stating that he had just took someone out, police said. He then flipped a video image and showed the legs and feet of someone covered in blood. Police were advised Cooper lived in a mobile home property in Bensalem. When officers arrived, they saw the suspect running out from the back of the trailer. The officers entered the home and found the victim lying on the bathroom floor. There were
poor
also
girl.
indications
Oh my
that substantial
gosh.
steps were taken to clean up the crime scene. Police conducted a search and caught Cooper a short time later. The victim and Cooper were reportedly watching Netflix that afternoon. The victim died from a firearm that Cooper took from his father's safe. Cooper allegedly told the police the incident was an accident.
We're gonna stop there. I know this says 3. I do want to see 3. I'm gonna save this. Oh my gosh. All right. I'll do a quick bye guys, big guys. Thank you guys for watching the video. Please smash that like button, subscribe, and if you don't subscribe, I promise you I'm gonna shove one of those stories right up here. Make sure to ring that bell if you guys want to see more from me, and I'll see you guys next time. But peace.